I made $1.2 million in profit with one dropshipping brand. I'm not like these other guys flexing revenue shots with no proof of profits. I can assure you I achieved something absolutely incredible over the last 3 years of focusing on one dropshipping brand. In this video, I will be breaking down my exact 7-figure Facebook ad strategy. Our team and myself have been using this for brands doing $1 million per month. I literally spent the whole weekend building this PDF of my exact strategy, and I'm telling you, it works. I will break down all the key levers because it's not just media buying that you need to understand. So, you're probably wondering, who am I? And I've actually been waiting to join the YouTube game. I had a look what's going on, and there's absolutely a ridiculous amount of gurus who do not have a clue what they're doing. I waited to join the YouTube game because I was actually building e-commerce businesses. I didn't have the time to film YouTube videos, but I built and scaled that business to a point where I'm no longer included in it, and I will break that down another day. But I actually scaled that business to the point where I do not even need to manage it. So now I'm in the YouTube game. I have the evidence to back it. I have the profits to back it. You're probably wondering, how can you trust me? Well, I've been traveling for the past 2 years around the world, networking with people in the e-commerce game. I'm actually in the thick of it. I do not hang out with anyone that is not in the e-com game. That is where the point of my life is right now. I'm traveling the world and I'm meeting people doing absolute crazy figures, and I'm gonna show you my store right now. So, as you can see, this has done 2.5 million in pounds, which is about probably 3 to 3.2 million in dollars. Over the past 3 years, this store is still running and it is producing crazy ROAS, crazy profits. And we completely hired and built out a team to manage this company and scale it pretty much automatically. The only role I had in the company was content creation and sales strategy. That's like the key. So you see all these people telling you online, sell these gimmicky products, catch this trend and pump. No, that's completely wrong. If you actually want to make money now in dropshipping, you need to build a long-term dropshipping brand, a business that has year-on-year growth. So I'm going to show you that Facebook ad strategy for that year-on-year growth. Grab a pen, grab a notepad, because it's actually worth money if you need to scale your business to 100K per month minimum. That's what this strategy provides if you've got the products and levers to do that. Look, I've been working on a Discord. It's completely free. Click the link. I'm hosting free weekly live webinars on how you can get started and answering all your questions. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing this for free for, so take the chance now. If you can't take opportunities like this, I don't know how I can help you, but click the link, join the Discord, let's go. So, what is the key lever of making this 7-figure Facebook ad strategy work? In 2023, Facebook and TikTok are more automated than ever. The AI, the algorithms are so smart. Media buying skills are not what they used to be. It's more just scaling budgets and simple structures. But the key driver to how you can hit these high numbers is content creation and a constant flow of new variations of content, new offers, new angles. Just generally, you need a creative feedback loop. So you need to figure this out for your brand, but for my brand that I was running, every 2 to 3 months, I'd be testing like a batch of like 150 creatives, new shoots, new models, new scripts, brand new. And then within those 3 months, I'd be testing variations. So you get a big batch of content and you turn that batch of content and test it until you get winners. And those winners, you need to create multiple variations of to optimize, scale, and to keep the content fresh. So with your dropshipping brand, when you start off, just create content, because that's how you beat the competition, is an abundance of content. If 2 people are selling the same product and you're testing 100 creators per month and they're testing 10, you are going to win. You're going to optimize better than them, you're going to have more variation better than them, and people who are watching the ads are going to be more interested. You can retain customers, get returning customers, and lifetime value. But if you're starting out, focus on testing multiple different angles and just continually to create new content at the pace you can. Once you are making a bit of money, hire or do that position yourself and get a team involved and create a system, because that is how you actually scale to like $1 million months. You need a system in place that's producing consistent content. So, to be clear, if you want to be successful in e-com and to get your Facebook or TikTok ad strategy pumping, this is for Facebook specific, you need to dial in your content creation system and how you create variations of successful ads. That will reduce ad fatigue, help you scale, and beat your competition. So after all this, let's dive into the Facebook ad strategy. I'm excited, I'm super excited. So as you can see, this is the Facebook ad strategy I was working on. It looks complicated, but it's not, and it actually breaks everything down very clearly. So hopefully you can get a good idea of how to structure your Facebook ads, all of that, and how to effectively scale and surf and structure the account. So firstly, let's get into the general rules of 2023, what's changed, how it's working, how is Facebook and ad accounts currently running. So the general rules of 2023 is consolidated accounts work best. So less is more. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need 50 campaigns. You don't need 20 campaigns doing multiple different things, all split up, testing crazy amounts of stuff. Keep it clean, keep it simple, clean, lean, mean, and you will get better results. Because I actually did this and we consolidated everything and my revenue doubled. So it definitely works. Another rule is Advantage Plus campaigns are working very good at scale. The third rule is broad works best. So yeah, you got 1 million interests, but what always works best is broad targeting, no interest, just give Facebook the budget, they will figure it out. That's what I mean by ad and media buying is a lot easier now. You just need to manage budgets, know the structure and understand how to scale, but content is the key lever. So we've got a bit of a diagram key here. Blue's testing, green's base scaling, yellow is aggressive scaling. So if you really want to scale, if your product, your offer is really working and you've got a sale on, flash sale, you can aggressively scale. So let's dive into the first phase of Facebook ads, and that is testing. So when you're testing, you only need one testing campaign, and I'll explain how that works. One testing campaign for the whole ad account, the whole business. That's enough. So what you would do is you would create an ABO, which is an ad set budget allocation campaign, and you would split up the ad sets according to how many batches of creatives you would like to test. So you've got batch 1 of creatives, batch 2 of creatives, and batch 3. So you've got B1, B2, B3. So let's say you've got 20 creatives, you can split that up into 4 batches. So each batch of creatives, you will have 3 to 5 ads. Testing copy, ad types, offers, and each ad set you have a set of ads that are kind of similar with each other. Keep it kind of similar, you don't have to, but at scale when you're testing a lot, keep it kind of similar. So split the ads into ad sets that are relevant per batch. Once you know what works, I can assure you it will probably be broad or maybe a stacked interest set. You would just keep using the same interest to test the creatives because you know it works, right? Obviously, if you were just starting out, you would need to test interests or audiences, so interests or broad. Figure that out first, but literally the same structure. You would just test different. So if you're testing interest, you would have one interest here, a different interest here, and a different interest here. One interest per ad set, you need to figure out what works. So this could be broad, interest 1, interest 2, and then you'd have the same batch of creatives here. So you just have B1 across the board. Then you can figure out which audience is working. But ideally, broad works best in my eyes, especially at scale. So you'd go for ABO. Each ad set would be broad, one country that you're targeting to test ads, and then each ad set would be a different batch of creatives. That's how you test. So ad set budgets, $50 to $100 per day. This sounds like a lot if you're starting out, but if you seriously want to test creatives and do it properly, Facebook needs more budget to work with now. So I'd suggest $50 to $100 per ad set. Test it for 3 to 7 days and make your decision then. I think this is a good thing. So the budget barrier to entry for testing ads has definitely increased with Facebook, but it's probably a good thing because it means less people can enter. However, if you are starting out and you haven't got budget to test, I would do $10 to $20 per ad set, but run it for like at least 5 to 7 days and then make a decision, right? You need to understand you need to spend more to get more data to make better decisions. You can't run an experiment halfway through and quit and make a decision if it's kind of working. You won't have sufficient evidence to prove your decision's right. So always spend enough, always let the ads run long enough and you'll go from there. So the key is test 3 to 5 creatives, test the copy, test the ad types, test the offers, run to 3 to 7 days at a minimum $50 budget per ad set. If you're a beginner, 10 to 20, but run it for longer to get better data. The key is you're buying data here to figure out if these ads are working. So After 7 days, we've been running this $50 a day, and we think, right, some are not working, some are working really well. What do we do from here? So that is when we move into the maintenance and optimization phase. So very simple stuff. So we've been running the ABO testing campaigns for 3 to 7 days. We're like, right, we want to make decisions here now. Ad set 3 is clearly unprofitable and all these ads are not working. So we just completely turn that off. Boom. These are working. These ad sets have been working. So let's say this ad set has been really profitable. We'll increase the budget 10 to 20%. This one's been sort of break even. Okay. We'll continue to spend the same. So we'll just keep it the same. We'll be like, right, we want to gather data for another 5 days and then make a decision. So this one's gone up in budget. This one's kind of the same. This one's been turned off because it's unprofitable. And our team's been working on new variations of creators. So we've got a new batch of creators in. So what you would do is to keep a consolidated account. You would literally just add another ad set, add the creatives on and go from there. So you would have added broad campaign, no interest, no age, just one country and a new set of creatives. Creatives do the talking, so that's what I mean. So literally just add it onto the campaign and you continue to test and monitor these ad sets and creatives. It's that simple. That's how you optimize and maintenance testing creatives and consistently test under the same ABO. This is all the same campaign. So that was the testing phase, and now I'm going to move into base scaling. So you've got testing, and then once you've found kind of successful ads or really profitable ads, you need to move into the base scaling phase where you get main chunk of the traffic, main data, the main data collection and sales revenue where you can build from. So you've got two options, but option 2 is probably better now because Advantage Plus is working really well, and it's a good base scaling campaign where you can continually spend, continually build data and just build from that. So yeah, you've got two options. I'd probably go for option 2 right now, but test both if you're unsure. We'll start with option 1, which is literally just an ABO. So what you'll do is from the testing, you would duplicate any successful ad sets. So let's say these 2 are successful. You would literally just duplicate these into a new ABO with higher budgets, and then yeah, just build from that, just another ABO. So you just duplicate it horizontally, anything that's performing well. You would have ABO settings, again, successful interest or broad targeting. So if you've found out an interest working well, run the interest. If you found out broad's working well, run the broad interest. If you found multiple interests, stack them into one ad set. So this could be an interest stack, this could be broad. So you would have $100 to $500 per day, depending on how profitable these are. Start of 100 and then scale in increments of 20%, 50% budget increases depending on the performance, and scale down accordingly. So surf the budgets daily, at least check in once a day or every other day and just see how they're performing. If you're spending higher budgets like $500 per ad set, you need to check the ads more and monitor them more. But yeah, and again, basically duplicate the ad sets and successful creators that are working. 3 to 5 ads. You've got 3 to 5 ads per ad set, and then you can always optimize these more. So if something's really not working and budget's going to it, you could always turn these off at a later date. But yeah, check in, depending on how much you're spending per day, check in once a day, maybe every other day. If you're spending more, definitely check in at least once a day. And again, just literally scale and surf the budgets. So option 2 is Advantage Plus campaign. These are actually definitely working really good at the moment. This is where Facebook, you just let Facebook do the work, it figures everything out, and you just go from there. They're super broad, super great. But yeah, for Advantage Plus campaign, I'd recommend 100 to 1,000 per day. Obviously start lower and build from that. You can increase in 10%, 20% or 15% if it's working really well. Surf and scale the budget according to the profitability of the campaign. But with Advantage Plus, you can definitely have more creatives in the campaign. So up to 3 to 8 ads per the campaign. And again, run every 3 to 5 days or 3 to 7 days. Check in, do a proper optimization, and maybe switch off some ads. Maybe add some new ads, same as the testing campaign. Switch them off, add some ads that are working really well, and you can build on this Advantage Plus campaign the same as the other one. And the same goes for this one as well. If something's working really well, add. Or if a new batch of creators have been working really well from the testing campaign, add another ad set of the successful ads. And again, if something dies out, turn it off. It's that simple. Add, maintain, optimize. Keep it very simple. Keep the same ad sets. You've got the ABO base scaling or the Advantage Plus base scaling. Advantage Plus is probably working better at the moment for us, but test both because every ad account is different. But yeah, here's the optimization phase. on paper so you can see it. But yeah, surf the budgets, turn stuff off if it's not working, and then add stuff in as I described earlier. It's that simple. Keep it simple, keep it structured, keep it consolidated. So how do you get to those 30 to 50k days? Dollars, euros, pounds? It's doable, especially with Facebook. How do you spend 10 grand on campaigns in a day? This is how you do it. So if you have a sale come up, or it's a seasonality thing, it's Q4, Black Friday, or there's something significant coming for your brand where you can spend the budget, or the ads are just performing insanely well, and there's so much purchasing power, you can just scale. This is aggressive scaling. So you've got testing, you've got base scaling, all in place. So if you really want to pump out the numbers, you can aggressive scale. So again, there's two options. Option one, you literally just dupe this bad boy out. Anything that's performing really well, you put it into a CBO or ABO. You can go CBO or ABO. We actually did CBOs, so we literally we had one of these, we duped it out 3 times. And each one will spend in between $500 to $2,000 per campaign. And we basically put all the successful ad sets, all the successful creatives, and just fucking smashed a massive budget on, duplicate it out, put one click attribution, and just went from there. Other option is Advantage Plus, dupe it out, and again, anything successful. But if it's performing well on base scaling, if you really want to aggressive scale, just literally just duplicate it out. It's not that crazy. However, if you are doing these aggressive scales, you will need to monitor daily, maybe check in 2 to 3 times a day and monitor the budgets, because if you're spending a lot, you need to make sure the sales are working. Because if there's one mistake in the funnel and you're spending 10 grand a day, you can have a 5 grand mistake, you know? So basically, the more you're spending, just checking a little bit more. But you can do ABO or CBO. We did CBOs and that worked really well. We duplicate. So let's say this section of this ad campaign was performing well. This ad set, this ads were working really well. We'll duplicate that 3 times into 3 different CBOs and maybe do 500, 1,000, whatever, and just scale the budgets accordingly of how each campaign is performing. Or this was working really well, we'll duplicate this out and make it a bit more aggressive. It's that simple. And again, for maintenance and optimization, surf the budgets, check in, but it's more, if something's not profitable, just cut the whole campaign. You don't need to cut stuff like this. You're spending so much, you duplicate so much, it's on campaign level. So if it's not profitable, cut it. If it's profitable, scale. Cut, scale, depending on the profitability. ROAS, CPA, key metrics. Don't bother with the CPMs, just check it. Add to carts, checkouts, CPAs, all of that, because that's the key metrics at this level. Cost per purchase, ROAS. Is it making you money? Yes or no? If it's not, cut it. If it is, increase. It's that simple. So I hope you got the value out of that. I worked hard on that. That structure is very important because that is what is working now. If you want the full PDF, I will be releasing it into my Discord. The Discord is completely free, as I spoke about it earlier. So be sure to get into it while it's free. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. I'm just building the community and giving completely free value. Even the webinars every week, live Q&As, it's crazy. So in conclusion, Facebook ads, in my opinion, still out-trump TikTok, way more consistent, way more scalable, way more customers, and way more purchasing power. You even need less ads on Facebook compared to TikTok. There is less ad fatigue. Facebook is generally better. The key things that are working now is consolidated accounts, content is king, Advantage Plus campaigns are working really well, and broad works best. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. That was absolutely incredible value. I'm going to keep releasing videos, so like, comment, subscribe. Peace and love.